Hi, I'm Shane with the Drum Center of Portsmouth in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We're on the web at drumcenternh.com. This is a Nodal and Cooley Horizon Series drum set. I'm very grateful that the Nodal and Cooley company brought this line back. This was a line that they introduced in the 80s, I believe it was the late 80s, and it was popular then and went away. And a lot of people wanted it back, and for years they screamed for it back, and they finally introduced them again this past year. And they were the first company that really marketed the maple mahogany blend. Now, what makes these more unique is that these are all horizontal plies, hence the Horizon name. So there isn't any real cross-lamination going on. It's all horizontal plies of maple and mahogany. And I was thinking the other day about how ripped off the Nodal and Cooley Drum Company has been. And if you are not familiar with them, you sort of are, because a lot of their features are on a lot of other companies' drums. Something that I could think of is the milled aluminum snare drum, the Alloy Classic. That was one of their first famous snare drums, and we later saw Pearl do the Ultracast snare drum, which looked very, very similar. They also patented nodal point mounting, which is where they mount the drum. The nodal point of a shell is where there is the least amount of vibration. And so they put their mount right there, and that's a patent that they hold. That Yamaha, we've seen them on Yamaha drums with their Yes mounting system. And in fact, if you look at Yamaha catalogs, you can often see that they have to pay tribute to Nodal and Cooley at the bottom of their advertising, just saying it's patented by the Nodal and Cooley Drum Company. Symmetrical venting, where they put the vents on the drums, the theory of the drums all ringing together. We've later seen in Pearl with their golden ratio venting, and they came up with one a couple of years ago that I absolutely adored, and it's what's featured on this kit, the Cool Mount, which is a very simple drop-in style mount, which is so painfully simple. Couldn't help but think, why didn't somebody else think about this? And as soon as I saw it, I said, well, you know what? I'll bet you, one of the bigger companies is going to have their version of this next year. And I was right, because Tama introduced it on their Star drums. So a lot of great innovations in the drum industry start with Nodal and Cooley. And the steam bent snare drum in the 1980s, they were the only ones to do this. They aren't to be overlooked. They're a very serious drum company that makes serious sounding drums. They're not budget-minded drums. They're professional. They're high-end. They're just kick-butt drums. This kit has EC2 clears and EC resos on the toms, which, if you ask me, I would not ever suggest those kinds of heads, because I feel it really kills the sound of the drum. These drums are so big sounding that they sound just as big with these heads on them. I had a kit in here 2 weeks ago with coated G1s on the top and clear G1s on the bottom, and they sounded beautiful. They sound beautiful with these. They have an EQ3 bass drum head, which is a head I never suggest. This sounds fantastic. I can't say enough about these drums. We have a 22, 12, 14, 16, and then we have a Horizon Series 6.5 by 14 snare. Enjoy. These are great drums.